Resilience is the ability to recover quickly from difficulties. It's that bounce back spirit, the grit to keep going, and it matters in every corner of our lives. Hey there, I'm Ashley, mom of 4 and creator of Reps and Redemption. Join me as I share my passion for health education, explore all things fitness and nutrition, plus share a little faith-filled homemaking along the way. If you're a mom ready to build strength and live a life of epic redemption, this podcast is for you. Let's get after it. Hey friend, and welcome to Reps and Redemption. This is where motherhood, faith, and fitness come together with purpose. My name is Ashley, and whether you're folding laundry, sneaking in a workout, or heading with your crew to jiu-jitsu, I am so glad you're here. Speaking of jiu-jitsu, this past weekend, I stepped into my 3rd Brazilian jiu-jitsu competition, and I left with both gold in gi and no gi. I had 4 wins out of 7, and 3 of those were by points. 1 was by submission. It is called a Kimura. And then there were those 3 tough losses. But you know what I really walked away with? A deeper lesson in resilience. So that is what I wanted to talk to you about today. There's a little side note here that prior to this competition, once I knew my matches and I was set and ready to go, my body just went into this fight or flight mode, and I truly did not want to do it. I've done it. I had done 2 already. I had at that point had 5 just singular matches, and I knew what was coming, and I was just not in the headspace. Like my mindset was just fight or flight. I was overstrained, overstimulated, and just my body was preparing. So I had to do a lot of deep breathing, prayer, grounding work, and it was really amazing that I actually pushed through without puking. So I wanted to share that with you. But today, really quick, in this brief episode, I wanted to talk about what resilience means in those areas of our life that we focus on because of Reps and Redemption. So that's motherhood, faith, and fitness. And when I say motherhood, I mean your family and your role as a mom. So let's talk about resilience really quick in motherhood. It looks like getting up and trying again after a hard day with your kids. Can I get an amen here? There's sportsmanship here as well, and that means cheering on other moms, even when you feel like you're falling behind. And I know it can be hard when you feel like you're falling behind, or another mom might have it all together, or more on her plate and have it all together, or less, and there's that comparison trap, and we just can't go there because we were given our kids by the Lord, and they are ours for a reason. We are who we are supposed to be for a reason. And just having that try again effort and spirit really shows our kids as well what resilience looks like in relationship. So in our faith, resilience is clinging to the truth when life feels really uncertain. Sportsmanship here is extending grace to people who haven't necessarily earned it because Jesus did the same for us. You know, I like how just intertwining resilience and extending grace with people who haven't earned it, or maybe people who you might not think deserve it. I will share a little story at the end of my last point. But in fitness, resilience is choosing to move your body when it's easier not to. In sportsmanship, this is respecting the work, your work, and others' work, even when your results are slow. Sometimes we don't have the same path as other people, and I think it's really awesome when you find a few people or you become that person that you're looking for to cheer others on in their successes and help them through their struggles. And that's just honestly something that we should do as Christian women as it is. The story I wanted to share with you really quickly is I actually, at the end of each of my matches and actually during them, I made friends with each of my opponents. And I think that speaks volumes, especially to the younger generation. 2 of my opponents, one was 24 and one was 20. And let me tell you, they brought the heat. And I am not afraid to admit that, sometimes in this headspace of grappling, wrestling, and jiu-jitsu, fighting, whatever you want to call it, I've seen and I've been really wanting to do things a little bit differently. And I've seen what really great sportsmanship looks like, what true resilience looks like, and getting back at it even when it's hard, doing it even when you don't feel like it, but also supporting people that make you better. And that might be the girl, one of the girls that I went against my last match. I wasn't even supposed to have these 2 matches, and they had called me up to ask if I would take 2 more. We were in the same weight class. So we were in the same weight class. Is the only thing we had in common. She was a higher rank than me. We were in the same weight class, and she was legit could be my daughter. But she gave me these like puppy eyes, and she was like, I drove 4 hours. And I was honest with her. I was like, now you know my secret. I thought I was done. I've already had 5. I am exhausted. And I just was like, hey, if you do anything really crazy, I might be out because, I'm exhausted. Also, I was honest in the sense of like, as much as I love this sport, as much as I want to be here and do this, not only am I tired, but I am a mom. I have 4 kids, and I don't, I want to fight well and hard and go through this process of refining and resistance and resilience and being very well at it and being very good at it rather. And it worked out really well for her. I will say it worked out really well for me because she was so talented, and it was really just an opportunity for me to fight somebody better and just learn from my mistakes, learn what she did right, what I need to work on. And it was an opportunity, even though the odds were against me. And I just wanted to remind you that this podcast, my heart's desire is that this podcast exists to remind you that you do not need to be perfect and to accept that you will not be, but you just need to show up with intention, with faith, and a whole lot of grace. I also want to say that even though I accept that I'm not going to be perfect in certain areas of my life, even in my training, I'm going to mess up, I'm going to have tired days, but I still need to give it my best in that moment. And I think that's been like the most convicting thing that I've been thinking about in the last few days, of just even when I'm exhausted, just giving it what I have in that moment. Let this week be the week that you train with resilience in your home, in your faith, and in your fitness. If this encouraged you today, send it to a mom who needs a reminder that her small reps matter, because after all, we are in this together. If this episode inspired you, will you share with a friend? Remember, this podcast offers health education tips and holistic insights. Please consult healthcare professionals for personalized advice. Until next time, Mama, be bold and live well.